Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. We are going to skip across the lake on top of lily pads, which means we're going to go very fast. If I lose you, please ask me anything in the comment section below. I'll be sure to address it. So on Twitter today, there was a lot of discussion of whether or not the few articles in English were really true in regards to what Mr. Kitao said in his financial summary. And this is twinsnaoki.com website. He is one of the best XRP community members in Japan. And if we look at the coverage that he did on that summary, yes, indeed, what is being said is true. So here he talks about SBI and R3 are in already a joint discussion talking about how to create a venture between SBI and R3. And if we come down here a little bit further, he sees that there are 3 use cases. Here we are, right here. Well, there are 3 use cases for XRP. He sees that as being international remittance, trade finance, and security settlement. And he says it has been established that we will use XRP. So he's very bullish on XRP. And in his opinion, he thinks that the pairing of SBI, Ripple, and R3 is the strongest. So the future is where XRP will be used for trade finance, and R3 has high speed and transparency. And if we use XRP, he says this at the very bottom here, and if we use XRP, it is going to be very exciting. Yeah, it's very exciting, isn't it? So, yeah, it's all super, super positive. And if you go to Bluecoin, his Twitter site, he then pulls that one section out here in about 2 minutes where they talk about that the discussions are already taking place to create a joint venture. So it's really, really great. Yeah. All right. And keeping with Mr. Kitao, today we learned that his new book is out in regards to taking pre-orders. So it's called A Great Breakthrough in Virtual Currency Starts From Now. And his book will sell for about $15 US or be available on Kindle. And the pre-orders take place, I believe it ships out on the 7th of, no, the pre-orders start now they started on the 7th of November. So yeah, he loves this space. I keep telling you, he's a great partner. All right, game on. So the Canadian Exchange has announced that 20 XRP-based pairs are live, available in 61 countries. This is CoinField, and how exciting. Let me just show you here. This is the actual website, and you can see you can buy or sell over 20 fiat and cryptocurrency pairs with XRP. So they are using XRP as a base. Very exciting. All right, this story just caught me by surprise. It's kind of out there, but gosh, I just can't believe it. So Binance just went into Uganda, and it's unbelievable that for a country that is 74% unbanked, 40,000 crypto traders signed up in the first week. That is something. Here we go onto the site, and it's a little thin to begin with. You can safely and securely trade. This is the shilling, that's the native local currency, against BTC and Ethereum. So I think over time, you're going to see more and more coins, of course, being added. And just for the heck of it, I just had to see the Ugandan shilling history. So they use a shilling right now, but they have changed their currency 7 times in the last 100 years. How chaotic is that? So prior to the 1900s, they were using the Indian rupee. Then in 1906, they went to the East African rupee. And then the East African florin replaced that rupee in 1920. And then a year later after that, the East African Currency Board introduced the East African shilling. And that was pegged to 1 shilling sterling and was valued at a rate of 2 shillings to 1 florin. I actually don't totally understand what I'm reading there. I think I do. But then in 1966, the Bank of Uganda was established and the first Ugandan shilling was introduced. And then banknotes and coins have changed several times due to regime changes. Yeah. And also due to high inflation, a new shilling was then created in 1987. And then on March 13th, in March 2013, that was replaced by all of that was demonetized and a new one was introduced. It's too crazy to even follow. Then, okay, so that series that was from 1987 was demonetized, and on April 2013, a minor currency unit was changed from the 100 to 0. So anyway, gosh, craziness in their currency. No doubt that they want something that is other than their Ugandan shilling. Wow, surprising. Okay, looks like the government in Japan, meaning the FSA, is mulling over changing the laws for ICOs and those regulations. This is so typical Japan, the way they let a little bit of information out at a time. And they've let out a little bit of information that there was a study group that came together, their leading academics and industry leaders, on November 1st. And the group recommended that they do some regulation to protect investors. And they really are bringing up the fact that 80% of the ICOs are thought to be fraudulent. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not worried about it, to be honest with you. But this is definitely a sign that regulation, in some manner, probably light-handedly to begin with, is coming. All right. This is the man in Japan who is working to change the laws in cryptocurrency. I think if I follow him more, I think we'll be able to see how this industry is shaping up here. So this is a really big, long article that was put out today by CoinPost. It's one of 2 parts, and the person that you see here is Takeshi Fujimaki, and he's a ex JP Morgan guy. He was also an advisor for George Soros, the billionaire, at one time in his past. He's also a graduate of Northwestern University. Anyway, he is he's very experienced. And he is trying to change some of the taxation laws for Japan in regards to cryptocurrency. It's very high tax right now. So I just wanted, though, to point out one thing that he said in this article, because I just couldn't quite believe it. He said that one cannot be a trader unless you experience vomiting blood 3 times. Oh, it cracked me up. Okay, so from here, I'm going to go into the fluff. The fluff is actually, first, I'm going to segue from my tweet. So as you know, yesterday I did the article or the video on the breaking news out of Denver, which is where so much of the first news from about Western Union comes out of. And they did a partnership for payments with Amazon. And that story just didn't sit well with me, as I told everybody. And I woke up this morning, and as I was eating my cereal, I decided I'm just going to tweet Jeff Bezos. So, dear Jeff, I read the release, Western Union payment option for select countries. Please insist Western Union uses XRapid technology by Ripple so that your buyers don't have to spend unnecessary transfer fees since they can least afford it. Talk to David Schwartz. And then I gave David's Twitter address. He goes by Joel Katz on Twitter. And I then said, well, okay, I feel a little better. And I thought, gosh, I wonder if he'll even see this. Well, thanks to everybody on Twitter, this has had, 21,153 impressions and counting. You can see this is a live count. It's still moving up. It was retweeted so far 88 times. So it has shown up on Jeff Bezos' timeline at least so far 88 times. I think he saw it. So thank you, everybody. I wanted to just, give my thanks out to everyone who retweeted. And then that leads me into one of the most famous proverbs in Japan. And that proverb is this right here. It's, in English, the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. So, deru kugi hautareru. And what it means is that don't make yourself conspicuous or don't be different. Just stay at the same height as all the other nails so that you don't get pounded down. And it is reflecting a little bit on Japanese culture, because there is maybe not so much respect for those people who do create a fuss or a ruckus or stand out. It's better to just kind of blend in. And I thought this morning when I did that tweet, oh gosh, I'm definitely being a nail that is sticking out. And I just hope I don't get pounded down. So there you have it. You now know the most famous proverb in Japan. Okay, everybody, take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.